Good evening, Professor Huang. This is Kolluru presenting my SPL1 video assignment. So for today's presentation, I'm going to discuss the steps in a decision-making process and use a real-life example which I have experienced to illustrate it. So this decision-making process is of particular interest to me since it can not only be used in business but almost any time you have to make a decision. Each step is clearly outlined and provides clear and concise instructions on how to tackle any decision you're presented with. So there are 4 steps. Step 1, you identify the problem. You ask yourself, what are the problems? What caused the problems? When identifying the problem, you avoid making any irrational decisions and make sure that the problem causing you trouble gets resolved. So step 2, you collect data. You do research and you use any resources available to you to analyze the issue. Then you use that collected data information to analyze and understand the problem. Step 3, you form a set of solutions and create alternative options. You use different information systems, for example, like a spreadsheet, and such to help organize data and solve the problem. Since not every hypothesized solution is successful, you should come up with alternative ideas to remedy the situation. Lastly, step 4, you make a choice. You use the data you collected to make an informed, educated decision. So here's an example. Situation, my car is broken. So step 1, I identify the problem. It's simple. The car is not turning on. Step 2, I collect data. So after looking at my garage security camera, it shows that the car headlights were left on overnight. Doing this drained the battery. So notice I isolated the problem down to the battery. Now I won't make an irrational decision like buy a completely new car or fix something that isn't actually damaged. Step 3, I form solutions. I have 3 options. I can use a friend's car to jump the car, simply borrow that friend's car for the day, or I can go and buy a new battery. So step 4, I make a choice. So I have those 3 options. I won't jumpstart the car since it is a very time-consuming process. I won't borrow my friend's car because I don't want to be responsible for his vehicle. I will, however, go and buy a new battery to replace the old one since the old one is likely damaged. So this process allows you to make the most effective decision and would deter you from making any irrational or wrong decisions. In business, it's important to be effective and it's important to use your resources properly. So you don't want to make any wrong decisions and you want to limit, how much money you're spending on these decisions. So it's important to take the time to break down each decision so that you know that you're making the right one. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to using what I learned here in the future. Have a pleasant evening. Good night.